The Vishnu Purana presents avatars as surgical answers to specific disorders in the world. Parashurama and Rama are two avatars that illustrate different modes of correction. Parashurama is corrective force turned militant. Rama is corrective force embodied as ideal governance. In this episode, we examine how each functions within the Purana and what they teach about power, duty, and renewal. Let us begin with Parashurama. The Purana describes him as a Brahmin warrior, born to restore balance when warrior power becomes corrupt. His name means Rama with the axe. Parashurama takes up arms not to glorify violence, but to remove a structural injustice that cannot be corrected by discourse alone. In the Purana, Parashurama is said to purge the earth of degenerate Kshatriya rulers several times, returning land and authority to a purer order. There are layers to this story. One reading sees Parashurama as the violent critic of power that has lost its moral moorings. When kings refuse restraint and become predatory, a force appears that can dismantle corrupt rule. Another reading sees Parashurama as the guardian of Dharma, who also models ascetic discipline. After his campaigns, he withdraws, returning to tapas and study. His anger is not permanent. It is a tool deployed and then relinquished. The Purana uses Parashurama to teach that sometimes force is necessary, but that force must be bounded by renunciation and law. Parashurama also plays an instructional role in later narratives. He becomes a teacher to epic heroes. He instructs warriors in the discipline of duty and in the limits of violence. That dual role, destroyer and mentor, makes Parashurama a complex corrective figure. He shows that restoration can require both confrontation and pedagogy. Now turn to Rama. The Vishnu Purana portrays Rama as the archetype of righteous rule. Rama appears in Treta Yuga as the ideal king who harmonizes personal conduct with public duty. Rama's life is a study in restraint, sacrificial loyalty, and ethical clarity. Where Parashurama corrects the violent abuse of power, Rama models the proper exercise of power. Rama's central teaching is that Dharma is relational. His choices repeatedly show how duty to family, to society, and to truth interact. When faced with painful obligations, he chooses the path that upholds social order and moral precedence. The Purana highlights Rama's patience, judicial temper, and commitment to principle. His exile becomes a lesson in how rulers must place law above personal comfort. His return and reign demonstrate the healing power of righteous authority. Note the difference in method. Parashurama uses rupture to remove structural corruption. Rama uses exemplarity to regenerate institutions by modeling ideal behavior. Both are corrections, but they operate on different registers. Parashurama addresses the immediate removal of threat. Rama addresses the long-haul nurturing of order through law, ritual, and moral example. The Purana also shows how these avatars relate to human psychology. Parashurama exposes the shadow faculty, the part of society ready to use force when systems fail. He warns leaders that unchecked might creates backlash. Rama points to the aspirational faculty, the part of society that can hold to higher standards even when it costs. Together they form a corrective dialectic. One uproots the disease. The other rebuilds the healthy tissue. A final nuance is the Purana's insistence that avatars are context-sensitive. Parashurama is appropriate when Kshatriya power has become predatory and cannot be corrected through counsel. Rama is appropriate when institutions can be healed by moral leadership and ritual restoration. The Purana does not present a one-size-fits-all theology of intervention. It offers a toolkit. Different fixes suit different failures. In practical life, this teaches leaders and citizens alike. When injustice is systemic and violent removal is required, action must be precise and ethically framed. When institutions are salvageable, reform by example, patient discipline, and law is superior. The Purana gives both responses as valid within a larger moral economy. Next episode focuses on Krishna and the Dvapara narrative, tracing how wisdom adapts to complexity and plural duty.